You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Arrested Development After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Arrested Development After Show.
Hello, everyone. Bing is for doing, and we are doing. Wow, I'm sounding a little hoarse there. We are doing Arrested Development. It's contagious. I'm getting Roxy. Roxy gave me your thing. So, man, that sounded really bad.
Thanks for doing it. We are doing another episode of Arrested Development on AFTERBUZZ TV.
Thank you.
I'm Roxy Striar.
Yes.
This is Cathy Kelley.
Hello. That is Nando Velasquez.
Yes, hi. I'm Nando Velasquez. Hi. How you guys doing? I'm back.
And team break.
We're done. Awesome. We are doing episode 9, also called Smashed, which I love the name of this episode because it's in reference to the NBC TV show Smash. And it's also in reference to probably debris being smashed. Yes. And just the whole austerity thing. She's
not smashed, though. It's just pills.
It's just really pills. But smashed is a state of being.
Better.
So much better. So much better. Anyway, this is Tobias' second episode, feature episode. So Tobias' second Arrested Development episode. And we get to see a lot here. I love this. I love Tobias. So we get to see a lot more. We get to see a continuation of everything. We get to see what happens post arrest, post-sex offender,
post John Beards to catch a local predator.
Yes,
I was gonna say, anytime you say his name, you have to say Tobias, registered sex offender.
Yes, exactly.
And I love how Michael's houses are perfect for Tobias because they are not within however many feet of a school,
20 miles,
a church, whatever else.
Playground,
yeah. That could be like the sex offender's haven.
I'm surprised that too bad Job isn't thinking that way. He should just start like reaching out to sex offenders and just make it a sex offender village.
That's a prediction right there.
That is a prediction right there. Probably.
I also love that all of the family members are moving in just like they did the first house, and that Michael has no idea.
That might be a prediction too. That they all end up in the same house by the end of the season, probably. But anyway, so let's get smashed into this. Smashed. I was trying to make it into a verb.
It's
it
not
didn't work.
funny.
It's not funny.
Let's smash our way into this.
There you go. That's better.
That joke is smashed.
I smashed it up. Definitely.
Maybe you're just smashed.
Yeah, maybe I am just smashed.
What's in there?
Cheers, everybody. Cheers to that. Maybe that's my excuse for messing everything up in the beginning. So we get to see Tobias on a work release, and he ends up working for Lucille too. So he ends up working over Austerity. So we get to see Austerity. We get to see this ragtag group of people that he is going to be.
He's just their therapist, not an anal.
Not an anal rapist. An anal.
I think that this was the funniest part of the entire. This is why this show is so amazing. It was so clever. The analyst plus the therapist.
Yeah.
Prison taught Tobias otherwise. Because every time we see him take the wrong route.
Yeah.
And this time, no, he did not say he was an analyst.
Anal rapist.
Yeah.
An anal rapist. Yeah. It's a theralist now. So now he's a theralist.
So clever.
Oh, it's a theralist.
He's a theralist now. Yes, he changed he changed both the order of them. So he's a theralist now, and we get to see a lot of characters that we're used to seeing. So we get to see Mark Cherry back. We figured out Mark Cherry from
just Mark, no last names.
No last names, please. So fresh from his bee sting incident from Job's episode is in Austerity. We get to see Andy Ritger's brother, the one that's not. We don't get to see him technically. He's aliased out. He's the one brother that doesn't like to be seen, Murray. I believe that it was Murray. And then we also get to see Debris, because she was with Mark when the whole bee sting thing happened. So he gets to reconnect to his love interest, Debris.
Debris looking good, but her teeth still falling right out.
Her teeth and her nose.
Nose keeps bleeding.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say her nose keeps falling out.
It's so romantic, though. All he has to do is just help her out with the 2 fingers. So romantic, true love.
Don't you like it when a guy just does that to you, Roxy?
I was looking for pictures of the episode, and there's this great picture of just debris, and there are so many fingers like just coming at her.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, we'll have to see a picture.
Yeah.
So we get to see, and I mentioned this a couple of episodes ago when I think for the first Tobias episode, when Lucille 2 brings up her brother Argyle over at Austerity. So we do get to see that person, and I don't know if you know who that person is, but it's brilliantly cast as Tommy Tune, as Argyle Austero. And for those of you who don't know Tommy Tune, and perhaps if you're not into Broadway, then you're totally not into it. He is a choreographer, actor, dancer who has won like 9 Tony Awards. So he, if anybody, he definitely has a connection to Liza Minnelli in real life, and yet he gets to play her brother. And he's hilarious.
And she's a tall glass of water, and he's the chaser.
He's the chaser, exactly. So, and of course, he dresses in Argyle's, which that I would have predicted right away.
Yeah.
So, and through talking to Argyle, and Argyle obviously is someone who's into musical theater and definitely wants to be an actor, just like Tobias. So they happen to team up, and because and I love this. This is just brilliant. I mean, we were talking about this. Tobias mentions Debris being on the Fantastic Four and that she's an actor, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'm an actor too. I was in the Fantastics.
I was in the
Fantastics. They all called me Mr. Fantastic."
Mr. F.
Which, yeah, on so many levels, Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four, bringing back Mr. F from back when, back in season 3 with the whole British little England.
Mr. F.
Mr. F.
With Rita.
Is with Rita Leeds. Yes, absolutely. And so bringing that back, and they decide to throw a musical for the Fantastic Four, which is great. Just seeing this, again, it was kind of like the B Team, where you just have all these random characters and they're all participating. So what do you guys think of this whole thing?
Well, I think, I like you're saying, everything you're saying, and also I love the comment, this is hardly an episode of Happy Days when we see that.
I love that reference, yeah.
Great reference in there.
Absolutely.
So any throwback we have like that, Mr. F, or something to do with, obviously, people on the show.
Yeah.
So I'm with you.
We got
good times.
We got Sue Storm, we got Mr. F, and we got a bag of rocks.
I think that the Fantastic Four musical was so bad that it was good, and I wish that we could have seen more other than just what was in the credits.
Oh, yeah. I again, it's just fascinating. So I'm really glad they did show us as much as they did. I have a prediction about that too.
Yeah, because they fall in the water. Is that what your prediction is?
No, no, we saw that.
I
can't predictions that already happened.
We have separate predictions. Just hold on and wait.
Okay,
you wait.
That's called a tease in the business. That's called
there
a tease.
was one line that I felt kind of bad about laughing for it, because it says, Austerity is the place that Lucille 2 owns, not the one that she famously went to rehab for 12 times. And you know that Liza Minnelli has had a problem with rehab and struggled with addiction.
I love that too. I love that. Again, kind of like what we were talking about last episode with Lindsay and Portia de Rossi's plastic surgery, that they were able to make fun of it. That it just shows they're good sports that they can do that.
You cannot be on this show and not be willing to make fun of yourself.
I think Liza Minnelli has a really good humor about herself, surprisingly. I think when you've had the ups and downs in the career she has, she can pretty much laugh at all that stuff. And you know, she's rich, so why not? It probably helps too.
She's laughing all the way to the bank.
At the end of the day,
all the way to the bank, and making out with almost every character in Arrested Development anyway. So she gets some. Oh yeah. So we find out that Mr. Argyle loves this musical and he wants to do it. So in order to do it, they're going to have to raise $700,000
just to do the 8-minute version of it.
To do the Broadway 8-minute version of it. And what I love about this is we get to find out now why Michael so desperately needs to sleep with Lucille 2, because he owes her $700,000, and Mr. Argyle is threatening to tap all over his body while they have the Mr. F music in the background, which is so much like when Dave Thomas was playing his character in season 3. I just love that whole the music and everything. But we get to see now Michael's motivation for trying to sleep with Lucille 2 because he can't come up with the money, which is great. And so again, brilliant. So we get to see a lot of Tobias and Tobias. We get to see a lot of Michael in this episode too, because it turns out that Tobias has to buy the rights from Imagine, And Michael's the perfect person to talk to because Michael's been dealing with Ron Howard, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just we knew since the first episode, we've known that this was going to happen. I mean, since the first episode, we saw Rebel in it. And we figured, I've been waiting for this moment. It was the perfect interaction. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. Just the awkwardness and the fact that Tobias knew something that Michael didn't know, which like never happens.
How is Rebel his illegitimate daughter if he has pictures all over the office?
I was going to say the same exact thing. They mentioned it was actually Ron Howard's narration, I think, said it was the illegitimate daughter. And then yet he has photos. He doesn't have photos of Bryce or of Paige on, but he has the photos of
Well, because again,
Rebel.
they never said that Bryce was his daughter on the show. Yeah. So we don't know that for a fact yet. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, I guess that's true. You did say that.
In real life, but we don't know.
We know that in real life. No, you're absolutely. That's right.
Another thing that I love, and this has happened in other episodes that include Ron Howard, but that I can't tell. They must do something to his voice or to the recording of his voice, but I can't tell when he's narrating and when he's actually speaking because they make it sound like he's still the way that they cut it sounds like he's still narrating because they're not showing his face while he's talking a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I bet they'll use that to their advantage at some point too. Yeah. That's cool.
I'm sure. I'm sure they will. So it's a lot of fun. I'm really glad we got to see more Ron Howard too in this episode with the haircut meeting.
That people should see is The Adventures of Serial Buddies. It is our lovely creators, Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro. They created a movie that is absolutely hilarious, has an all-star cast, including Arrested Development's Henry Winkler. Other people in the movie are Kathy Lee Gifford, Beth Bayers from Two Broke Girls, Artie Lang, Maria Menounos herself. Definitely check it out on iTunes. You can rent it, download it. It can be yours forever. You should do it.
And while you're on your computers, go check out our new website. It's awesome, and people put their blood, sweat, and tears into it here, so you're going to love that, too.
Spent many hours.
Yes.
AfterBuzzTV.com. You can find all your favorite after shows and more.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm really curious. I haven't had a chance. It's just literally just started, over this weekend, right? So it looks completely different.
It has been months in the making, actually years in the making, but
Absolutely. Well, I'll have to tune into that.
You guys and your technology, I'm
you know what? I'm doing a show, so let's just go back to Arrested Development. I'll look at the website later. I'm so excited about the website. I want to look at it up now. So anyway, we were discussing about Ron Howard and the fact that Michael finally discovered or realizes now that Rebel was his daughter, not his mistress, and that. And we also get to finally hear that Rebel's dating someone else, which
is Job.
You said it was Job. I said I didn't think it was clear. Actually, in Job's conversation with Tobias, he never says he's dating anyone. He says he's in a relationship with somebody. So that's why I was thinking he was talking about Mark Cherry from his episode.
I said that he was dating someone famously. I still it has to be Rebel.
No, it has to be Rebel at this point. I agree with unless it's a swerve.
Out. Yeah.
Unless it's we saw that quick kiss and then she ran out because the paparazzi were coming.
It has to be Rebel.
Yeah.
She loves magic.
And I made that prediction. I think that's her with the ankles in the first episode. So I think that's probably going to be true.
I hate that Ron Howard said that he would do everything in his power to make sure that Michael never dates her again.
You know what, Ron Howard? I'm sorry, man. I love you. I love your work, but you were a little bit of a dick this episode. You were a little bit of a dick.
In all fairness, are you kidding me? In all fairness, Michael went in there like he was the king of the place, talking to the dad.
What if Lem's dad is actually Job?
But that's from years ago.
I know.
Right?
Well, he's only 5 or 6. So what if they met, this whole timeline is that they met 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
He had a kid because we think that Job might have another kid. Even though he
even said the brother thing in front of Steve Holt, and that was obviously, even though it was a mistaken.
Ron Howard obviously approves of this guy.
Wow, that would be interesting.
That probably isn't going to happen, but it would be hilarious.
It's a good idea though. I kind of like that. I kind of dig that.
The timeline messes with my head, so it could possibly happen.
I think it's been less time. I think we're in a short, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Maybe she lied about the kid to make it
Well, who
seem
knows?
older,
I mean,
'cause-
Job's kind of a weird one anyway, and Ron Howard's being kind of a dick in this episode, so maybe he does like Job. Who knows? And by the way, I'm sure he's playing up the dick
And
part.
Job also slept with many a woman before.
Yes, absolutely. And I just love the fact that if Job is sleeping with Rebel, that finally from the first season with Martha, he's always planned revenge with Marta. Excuse me. He's always planned revenge on Michael by sleeping with one of his girlfriends. So now
and winning that girl.
Yeah, and winning that girl, and here's finally an opportunity that he might just be doing that with Rebel and not realizing it.
Yeah.
Well, not only with Michael, but also with George Michael, stealing the girlfriend.
Oh God, yeah, with Anne, absolutely. With
Plant
with egg. So anyway, we got to move right along because these are little shortened episodes that we're doing this week. But let's go on to Cinco de Cuatro because they're pretty much setting all of this up for Cinco de Cuatro. They have a new backer in Lucille, who's really making fun of Debris and really treating her. Lucille 1, excuse me, who's treating Debris pretty much like she treats Lindsay.
Of trash?
Yeah, like a piece of trash, but also like she treats Lindsay. And yeah, Debris kind of wants to back out. She wants to get out of everything. And we get to see a lot more of Cinco de Cuatro too that we can bring up from the last episode that we didn't talk about too. So tell me, what do you guys think about this whole thing coming out?
Well, basically everyone's in it so that they can get less time in prison or in their rehab facility.
Yeah.
Which is great because they're all in it for the right reasons. And and I don't know, I just thought it was hilarious just how everything went down from how Lucille treated Debris to Debris finding the medical pills and stuff that the doctor had thrown into the harbor.
I
the
love
line
that.
of, in a safe harbor of a drug-free zone, Debris then found herself at the harbor of a free drug zone. Such a good line.
Poor Debris, though. She's such a victim of circumstance here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she's getting attacked by Lucille and just all the pressure. But I also feel bad for Tobias because now he thinks it's his fault. But I was shocked when he left her there with the sign on her.
Oh,
because
yeah.
the show must go on.
The show must go on.
That is the #1 rule.
And of course, he can't even do the show himself because he's a sex offender, as he has to keep announcing. We forgot to mention that he announces it in Imagine and hang up the phone. He's like, "Hi, I'm Tobias. I'm a sex offender."
Yeah.
Click. But he's got to do this with kids. He's got to tell every single kid
Gosh.
he's a.
Who brought kids to Cinco de Cuatro?
Also, something bizarre that I noticed was that I saw that Debris had Tobias' suitcase, and when Lindsay was there, Lindsay had her suitcase.
Oh.
So I think there's going to be another
Switcheroo?
suitcase switch.
Right. That sounds like a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I wanted to bring up, we see Buster. Buster ends up becoming the Thing supposedly because Tobias has to hand that off because he can't do it.
Because he's a monster, and it's not that hard.
I know. Is that sad or what? Totally sad. So,
Bad choice of words.
yeah, absolutely. So, and you know what I love too? We didn't bring it up from the last episode, but when Lindsay was throwing the money back on Herbert Love and she couldn't, it was a really funny scene. When Tobias is laughing, he's like, he goes, "That red-haired lady can't throw her wad at that guy." And I just totally love that. And then the other thing we have to talk about is when Tobias decides he has to become Sue Storm. He blues himself again. I haven't blued myself in 5 years.
Yeah.
So we get to see that. We get to see him running the boat with Marky Bark where they're about to crash into
And
Herbert
Marky
Love.
Bark has face blindness, so we can't tell that it's Tobias.
Exactly. And pretty much that's the cliffhanger. We know stuff's going to
What about
happen.
the voice deafness? Like, does he have that too?
I guess he must. He's just oblivious to voice that, or is so committed to ruining Herbert Love that he doesn't really focus.
I really hope that we see something with them making out and Lindsay's finally like,
God.
"Oh, well, that makes sense."
That would probably be really good to see, actually.
Wow. Yup. Now you've got something.
Absolutely. So, and then of course the credits roll, so we get to see a little bit more of the Fantastic Four, the musical. So I'm really glad that they actually show a little bit more of that, the craziness, lameness, and everyone falling in the water at the end. But since we were teasing this, let's go move on to predictions right now. Because I know Roxy's got something.
No, I don't even know what I have, but, they all fall in the water, and all the drugs are in the water. So something with that, and Dr. Norman's going to come back, like you were saying. Maybe it's not actually him, so he's going to get in trouble. Somebody's getting fired here.
I don't know. Again, I don't know about that whole twin thing with Dr. Norman, but I just wanted to go out on a limb with that one.
Right, so just something with the drugs in the water, and all the drug addicts are now in the water, and now they're all going to be high or whatever it is.
All right. Do you have anything, Cathy, for this
She
one?
said they might think that Debris dead because she said that she wanted to die.
Aw, well, that would be sad.
Yeah.
All right, here's what I got to say. I think I've mentioned this before when we were talking about what happened to Lucille 2 from the other episode that we discovered she's missing. I definitely think Buster has something to do with it. One thing I noticed in the credits is whoever was playing the thing, the bag of rocks, had 2 working hands. Both their hands were working. So I really think that Buster might disappear with Lucille too, and in that clip from scenes from next Arrested Development, that they had to find a replacement to play the thing.
Lucille 1 wasn't in the thing either, so
yeah.
maybe she escapes from prison.
Ooh, that's a possibility too. You know, she'd totally be up for that. That would be interesting.
Because she's
too.
serving such hard time.
It's so hard. Anyway, where can we reach you at, Roxy? Where can we
On
find
Twitter at Roxy Striar.
you? Okay.
You can find me on Twitter at Cathy Kelley.
And you can find me on Twitter as well at Nando Vel. And we'll be back with a couple more episodes of Arrested Development on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yes.
Yeah. So otherwise, you can find us on iTunes, rate us, comment, and all that fun stuff on iTunes.
On our site, actually. Go to our site.
And our site too.
Yes.
And till next time, we'll tune in and we'll talk to you then.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.